Hey guys, it's Andy again. Beautiful day here on the farm. It's only, I think it's almost 60 degrees today, and it's January 6th. That's kind of scared. I'm a little scared we're going to have some rough weather come February and March now, but we're going to pay for this beautiful weather we're having right now. But kind of wanted to give you an update here on what's going on the farm. You know, there's not a lot to do pretty much in the wintertime, but as you can see behind me, I don't know if you watched my other video the other day on the chainsaws. We had I cut a bunch of trees down around the barn here. We got a stump here, we got a stump out there, and a couple others. But we cut all these trees down, and we've got most of the mess cleaned up, but there's still a bunch of stuff laying out here on the ground. You see Jacob's out there picking up sticks for me. Say hey, Jacob.
Hey.
Tell everybody hey. Yeah, Jacob's out here. He's playing and picking up sticks. But anyways, I wanted to kind of give you a few reminders of things you can be doing right now in the winter. You know, it may be sort of a dead time in the farm or the homestead or your garden or whatever you got going on, but you know, there's some things you can be doing to get ready for spring. Like, this is our garden spot. I don't know if you can see it here. This is one of them. We've got a bigger one down across the creek, but we've got this one here is our main garden. We keep it's close to the house. See, our house is just right there. This one's close to the house. We can keep it's easier to, well, honestly, when you work a job, it's easier to come home and walk straight out of your truck. And if you need to pick some stuff in the garden, you can go in the house, come back out, and I mean, you're at the garden. It's already, so it just makes life easier to have everything close by. But things I wanted to mention was, let's see if you can see, I've got leaves all in this garden. And I don't know, a lot of you may not know, I do lawn care work for a living. That's my day job, I guess you would say. Farming is my love and my passion, so to speak. It's what I like to do, and you know, we just like to grow everything on our own, and because we know what we're eating. And but anyways, when I do different leaf jobs and everything else for different customers, I get to bring home the leaves from these customers, and I pile them up all on my garden and let them rot over the winter. And, you know, you can do that at your house. I mean, you don't have to be a landscaper or a lawn care person to get leaves. You know, if you've got leaves at home, pile those things up on your garden spot. Put them all out there. You know, if they're chopped up from a mower or something, that just makes them easier to decompose, and you can pile them up on your garden, and that just adds to that soil, puts all that organic matter into the soil, and it really helps. I've seen a huge difference in this garden. Huge difference since we first started it. This dirt, you know, it's not really tilled up or nothing right now, but just to show you, this dirt used to be sort of a reddish gray color. Now look at that. Y'all, I'm sorry about the sun. It is so bright out here today. But just look at that. It's real nice and black now. And we have a really good garden here every year. I mean, keep my fingers crossed it stays the same, but we do good. Now, one thing from the trees that we cut down, if you can see this brush back here behind me, if the sun's not too bright, yeah, Jacob. Oh, I saw it too. This kid loves garbage trucks. Anything big that's got an engine on it, he loves it. Can't get him off a tractor. But you can see this pile of brush back here behind me. You know, now we're gonna let that sit there for a few months, and we'll probably let it sit about a month, and we're gonna burn it, and that'll also add to the garden. What are you doing, Jacob? That'll also add to the garden. You know, those ashes add potassium, and they like a lime, like sort of can almost do the same thing lime does. It'll change the pH of your soil, and around here we have a really, really acidic soil, and so this will really help out, you know. And the pH of the soil will also determine, you know, that also, it's like a calcium deficiency in the soil will cause the blossom end rot. Well, this will also kind of help counteract that, because well, let me put it this way. I don't know all the science on it all, but I do know that the ashes can add a lot of micronutrients that you need for your garden plants. And it can add, it can change the pH of the soil and make it more alkaline, raise it up from, I think the average pH of the soil around here is roughly around 5. And you know, you want it to be around 7 for a whole lot of different garden plants. And like I said, it'll also add the potash and stuff to the soil, and it just does really good things for the soil. So if you have a compost pile at home to add everything to, if you burn wood in your stove in the house, take your ashes out there to the compost pile. I don't know if you have just sticks and everything else, the city or something doesn't pick up the debris in your area, burn that stuff and pile those ashes on your garden. Now, one thing we will do is there will be a pretty decent sized pile of ashes from that pile, so I will make sure to spread them out over the whole garden before I till it in. And you don't want all those ashes concentrated into one place. But we're going to get to work here on cleaning up this mess, and I'm going to set the camera down and we're going to get a few things took care of here. What, Jacob? You don't want to help? What? Pick up all these sticks.
I am.
Throw it in the pile.
That missy pile.
And one other thing I wanted to add here. I don't know if you noticed the posts we have around our garden. We've got one in each corner right now. Our plan is, and you'll be seeing that too if you follow along with the channel, we're going to make a pretty tall fence around our garden. Now, there are different types of deer fences, and I'll be showing you some of those along the way. But we're going to get kind of crazy with this one. And I do plan on, now let's see, this is our barn back here where the goats are, and I do plan on running this fence back up around, and I'm going to join it into the garden and let the garden fence be part of our goat fence. And then once our garden is it's done for the year, we're going to turn the goats into the garden and kind of let them clean it up for us, get up we'll eat all the brush and stuff that we don't want in there. Then they'll turn it into poop and poop back on the garden and fertilize it for us, I guess you would say. But anyways, look out there picking up those sticks. But you know, folks, you need to get your kids outside. Don't let them sit inside play video games all the time. It's not good for them. They need to get out here and get some of this sunlight. Let them be outside and let them be kids and run around. And it didn't hurt me growing up. It's not going to hurt this new generation of kids either. But anyways, we're going to get back to work here. I ain't going to bore you to death with all this picking up of sticks we're doing. But I just wanted to kind of give you an update on what's going on here on the farm. And you know, there's a lot of things coming come springtime. So anyways, Hope you remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.